welcome back to The Harvest with Linda. So today we're going to be talking about the first trimester must-haves. This is one of the videos I was actually looking forward to making because I wish I watched or saw or knew of a first trimester must-have videos when I was in my first trimester. Even though when I found out I was pregnant, I think I was 1 month in to my first trimester. Yes, I think I lived it 2 months and I was already going through it, and I only found out later on what I actually needed. Way past actually my first trimester. We're at the end or towards the beginning of the second trimester. Things that could have just made, the first trimester comfortable, because we know what goes down in the first trimester. A lot happens, a lot of discomfort, a lot of confusion, just a lot of emotions that you, one, are not really used to feeling, two, don't like feeling, are not comfortable with feeling and feel bad for feeling, and three, things that you can't necessarily control, feelings you can't control. So that is, I think, what I remember in terms of how I was feeling when it came to my first trimester. So the first thing we are going to talk about in the must-haves for your first trimester is prenatals. And yes, this is a non-negotiable. This is not I don't really believe that, I don't feel like that. No, prenatals are very, very important for you, and most of all the baby during your pregnancy, from the moment you find that you're pregnant. Actually, I didn't know this, but when I watched this channel called Diana in the Pink. She's I think she's a gynecologist, or she's in women's health in some capacity, and she's a doctor, and she was telling her viewers in this video that you actually should be starting your prenatals when you're trying to conceive, because that actually helps you in your reproductive process. So imagine not having prenatals when you're actually pregnant. So that's the first thing you need to get for yourself the moment that you find out that you're pregnant. This is equal to eating healthy and changing your diet in a way that will suit your pregnancy. So that is important. So I was using Prego Mega. So I know there's a new look now. There was when I first went to Clicks, there was a purple box. And then there was they were both purple. It was a dark purple and a light purple. And then the purple box is the one that has a new and improved formula and makeup. So that's the one I got, because that's, I was familiar with Prego Mega because, one, my sister was using Prego Mega, and two, a friend of mine recommended it because they were using it. So the downside with Prego Mega is that the pills are really big. I wish I had the actual picture to show you, but I'm gonna show you some pictures either in one of the corners. Yeah, it's a lot when you're not used to swallowing pills. Even with me, someone that doesn't mind swallowing pills, that's pops up and out like it's nothing. It is a lot on your throat, but then make sure you drink some water with it. It'll go down and you'll be good. Then the pro with Prego Megas, you've got all that you need in 3 of these pills. So I think one has calcium and magnesium, one has folic acid, the other has your B's, your B complexes and all those other ones. But yeah, I will make sure that I put a link in my description so you know where to get your Prego Megas. Now, the second thing that is a must-have for pregnancy is a water bottle. I even have mine now. Let's see. Let's close it in. Let's hope. Okay, I'm trying to drink some water, and my straw is that's another thing. Make sure, or do your best if you don't have a bias or whatever against straws, to get sorry guys, I'm so thirsty. Breastfeeding will do that to you. So make sure that you get a bottle with a straw, because that makes the water intake and the water drinking easier. Instead of the whole day, this is you. So at least with the straw, you can take more in, and it can just keep going and going and going. So I did my best to drink at least 2 of these a day. And this is like 1.5 liters. Yeah, this is like 1.5 liters. And I say a pretty bottle because then it makes it more exciting, I guess, and makes you look forward to using the bottle, carrying it around, instead of just like a plain old boring bottle. Yeah, so a water bottle is a must-have because your water intake helps with the amount of amniotic fluid. I've heard, I'm not sure if this is fact, in your stomach, hydrating yourself because you lose a lot of water because you're sharing it with someone else, and also it contributes to the new blood volume that you are creating for your little baby in your belly. So yes, water bottle, pretty water bottle with a straw is a must-have for the first trimester. Now the next thing that is a must-have for your first trimester is electrolytes. I'm not sure if I have a box right now in my cupboard, but I think I finished them yesterday or the day before, so I need to get more. But I use, I think they're called Rehydrate, but I'm gonna show you a picture somewhere between the two of the ones that I use. So electrolytes are really good for, again, sort of doing the work that water does, but even better. And then when you mix them together, you put them in water and you drink them. I'm not sure if there are brands where you just like take them like like when you're taking grandpa, or like sherbet. Is it sherbet or is it sherbet? I think we used to call it sherbet, but it's actually spelled sherbet. But like, yeah, you just take it down. I don't think that would be great because it actually electrolytes taste better as like the powder than when you have it in water, because when you pour the electrolytes in the water, they taste rather not so great. Like, I won't even say bitter, they just don't taste good. But yeah, I think I've tried to taste them like as like a in their powder sort of crystallized form, taste better, but you actually need to mix your electrolytes with your water. So these are good for you in terms of dehydration, replenishing, just water loss, and just making you feel less tired, because that's what water does for you. That's one of the things that water does for you, amongst like a plethora of like other things that water does for you. So definitely get you a brand of electrolytes that you like. I know with Rehydrate, if that's what it's called, they have black currants. So I used black currants in the beginning, but recently I found the orange flavored ones, and I prefer the orange flavored ones now. So that is another must-have for your first trimester. Now, the next must-have for your first trimester is a pregnancy app. A pregnancy app my sister used to use was, I think she had both like I did, which was What to Expect and Baby Center. And I got both of those also the moment I found out I was pregnant. I prefer What to Expect more, what can I say? In like graphically, yeah, I hope that's the right word. Graphically, I prefer What to Expect, and then like in terms of reading and the articles, I think Baby Center is much better than that, much better than What to Expect. So I think they both have like their strengths. So I think those two could be a good set of pregnancy apps to have. And recently, as I was doing my research for this video, to see in case I missed something, is actually I found one called Pregnancy Plus. What's dope about that one is that when you take a look at, like, for example, in What to Expect, you'll see a picture of the baby. You can press into whatever focal points they put a plus on, and then you learn more about those areas in terms of the development of that month. But with Pregnancy Plus, it not only does that, it actually has like a 3D graphic video of the baby moving, so you can see the baby from every angle, upside down. I almost said inside inside out. Not inside out, it's like upside down. So I think that's a really dope aspect of the Pregnancy Plus app. So I'm gonna put 3 of them here so you can see what the apps look like, because there's a lot of pregnancy apps and then you're not sure. Some of them have similar names, so you're not sure which is which, so you can tell by like the picture of the logo or the cover of the pregnancy app. So that's another first trimester must have. So what the pregnancy apps do is they show you how far along you are. They tell you more about the phase that you're in terms of your pregnancy. Another thing is that they tell you more information about the phase that you're in, step by step, giving you advice. There's also a lot of people on the online communities, and the moms, other dads that you can chat to, communicate with. If you have questions, you can even ask the people that are behind the app, the experts. They even have doctors on the app. So I never really did the whole community thing and the talking to the doctors. I just took like the general information based on where I was specifically. There's actually a section for where you can put your baby's name, you can put your name, you put in the due date, you can put a picture of the baby scan, or a picture of you and the dad. I remember one, I had a picture of me and my husband, and the other one I had a picture of like a cartoon character that my baby, his nickname was named after. I'm still trying to decide if I want to tell you my baby's nickname, because I sort of have a fear of when we're outside, like the 2, 3, 4 people that don't know me personally that are watching this are gonna call out to my baby, and my baby's gonna look, or is gonna like walk towards them because they know their name, and then they'll have that familiarity, but it'll be a stranger. So I'm kind of worried about that. I'm kind of in between in terms of that. As much as we will do our best to teach him stranger danger, but so we're just gonna call him Sweet Pea for now. So yes, I had that picture. It's just for your personalization of the app, so it feels more personalized and specific to you. So that's another must-have for first trimester. So another piece of advice for your first trimester is allow yourself to take naps, guys. Allow yourself to take naps. Allow your body to lead you, to guide you in terms of what it needs. Because if you know, the first trimester is just your... See, I'm yawning now because of the sleep deprivation, because of having a newborn. But the sleep that you get in the first trimester is just out of this world in terms of uncontrollable, consistent yawning, and just the exhaustion, guys. The exhaustion is a lot. So just allow yourself to take naps. Another thing that helps you when it comes to what you need for your first trimester must have, that allows you and helps you and assists you into like sleeping and the comfortability of being able to do that when you are not so comfortable during this time, is a pregnancy pillow. I thought you only needed a pregnancy pillow when you probably like start having the actual bigger bump, maybe your second trimester, depending on how you show and at what point you show. But now that I look back, I would have used a really good pregnancy pillow even in my first trimester, because I was doing a lot of napping, a lot of sleeping, a lot of resting. It really would have helped me sleep longer and kept me more comfortable as I was sleeping throughout the day and during different sets of naps. So that's definitely one of the must-haves for your first trimester. So personally, I got a snuggle time. What shape is it? Where is it? It's in the other room. I was gonna go get it, but it's in the other room, and I'm like kind of lazy to go get it. So it's sort of like it's sort of circular, but not an exact circle. So I hope you can trace out that this is how it looks, and then you just go straight. So it's sort of like a circular sort of shape. So I think it's a snuggle time pregnancy pillow. but I'll make sure I link it and I put a picture up of it. But after like 2 sleeps, I realized it wasn't so comfortable for me, especially when I started having the belly. I just didn't like the fact I had to sleep on it. It just would give me headaches. It was uncomfortable. So at some point I did cut it because I just preferred something that would just support me from here up to my legs. And I also, now that I look back, I would have also wanted a wedge pregnancy pillow that supported me specifically by my belly, that supported that area. So if I find it, I'll also link it below and then put a picture up so you can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a wedge pregnancy pillow. And the nice thing about it is that you can also use your wedge pregnancy pillow for a tummy time for your baby to prop him up. But we'll talk more about that in a different video. And yeah, so that's one of your must-haves during your first trimester that will help you to give yourself the space to sleep longer and more comfortable when it comes to napping. Another must-have I didn't think I was missing out on until I found out that would have actually made my naps better was an eye mask. So with first trimester naps, you're sleeping obviously during the day and during the night, but a lot more during the day. And this is, I guess, for people that have the privilege to be home. I guess women that go to work don't have the privilege to take daytime naps. But when you can and if you can, an eye mask for the daytime naps would be a lifesaver, because I remember I was a light sleeper. I still am. I've always been. I think I'm better than I was a few years back, but I am a light sleeper. So having the type of deep sleep that would come with pregnancy naps in the first trimester was a bit tricky, because any type of movement, any type of light, any type of noise would like wake me up or interrupt me before I've fully, taken on my nap. So I know that would have been such a great help and a great save. So get yourself an eye mask. I'll look for a link of where you can get an eye mask. I'm sure you can just get it anywhere. And I'll put it in the description below. Another must-have for your first trimester is a belly oil. Another thing I wish I started using early, because your stomach pretty much starts stretching, I believe. I'm not sure medically what the answer is. I believe starts stretching towards end of your first trimester. But yeah, I think there's I started feeling some kind of stomach discomfort, probably that was alluding to the stretching in the first trimester. So belly oil would have been really helpful in terms of soothing, not necessarily preventing stretch marks. Maybe that could also double as another reason for you to do that. But just the comfort from rubbing your belly and just bonding with your baby also, I think that could have also been one of ways to bond with your baby, just rubbing on your belly, taking care of yourself and creating like a comfort in that area that will soon be stretching. And I think it also depends on how quickly you start showing. Some women start showing early. I don't think I started showing early. I think I started showing maybe by like month 4-ish. Yeah, so like early beginning of second trimester. I feel like that's when I started showing. So yeah, a body oil would do you great. So here I have I don't know if you guys can see this. If you can see it. But I will link it below. And I will have like a little picture in the corner just so you can see it. So this is the Mumbard Skin Stretch Serum, Soothing and Hydrating Serum. So I actually bought this for stretch marks, but it didn't really help me in that area. So it was disappointing. But what it did do, like a 10 out of 10, was soothe the itching. So I had a lot of itching because of obviously the stretching. So it really did soothe my belly because of that. Every time I was itchy, I'd rub myself with it. My husband would rub my belly with it, and it was really soothing and like as he was giving me the massages. It was very relaxing. I love how it smelled. It's got a little, I don't know, what do they call it? Sprout. I don't know what they call this one. Dispenser, yes. It's some kind of dispenser. It's like a fancy dispenser. So yes, Mum bought. I found out about them when I went to my first baby expo with my husband. When I found out we got pregnant, I think it's called Mama Magic. So I saw them there. I met one of the creators, really nice lady. And I just love the fact that it's 100% natural, organic, and it's vegan. And also that their nipple cream, you don't have to remove it when the baby breastfeeds. I'll talk about that in another video, but yeah, this is what I would recommend. This is what I would have used for my first trimester if I knew that I could just use a soothing moisturizer or oil or serum for the first trimester. Another product that I got, I think would have been something useful during that time. I don't know if you guys can see it. That would have been useful also during that time for the same use, is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula with Vitamin E Tummy Butter for stretch marks. So I'm currently using this for stretch marks, and it smells amazing. And I think, guys, even my husband, when I first bought it, he was like, oh, this smells like food. It smells like something to eat. So yeah, so this is what I'm currently, like I said, using for stretch marks, but this would have worked also as like something for comfort when it comes to an oil for the first trimester. So the next must-have for your first trimester is, drumroll, a comfy bra. 100%, because so many things about this time are very uncomfortable and unfamiliar, and just like you feel icky. So anything that could just make you comfortable is definitely a win for me. So comfy bra is one of the things, because your breasts start becoming tender, and a bra with wires and strings is just not going to cut it for you. So a comfy bra is very important. Comfy bra is the one for you. And on top of a comfy bra, I would advise also getting like loose dresses and not so tight and restricting leggings. And I know that the belly is not yet there, but then when you can, I think, shame, he's crying. I swear, guys, I know that this is also biological, but when he cries, my heart just breaks and I just want to go and save him. Okay, I'll be back. It's gonna be okay. 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 It's gonna be okay, boy. Okay, boy. Okay, my boy. Yeah. It's okay, Pop. It's okay. Is it ready? You see? It's all ready, my boy. Okay, I know, boy. I know, Bobo. I know. Okay. Okay. Come. You see it? You see it? What's it in money? Okay, I'm back. I had to check on my baby. I couldn't take it, guys. My heart just breaks whenever he's crying. Even if he's crying for nothing. But yeah, he just woke up from his nap, so he was actually a little cranky and hungry. And he's just been really gassy today. I think it's just one of those days. It might be a tricky evening, but here we are doing it for the YouTube. So yeah, a comfy bra and just loose, comfortable leggings and just dresses and whatever you can just get your hands on. And I know not all of us were pregnant in summer like us, so even in winter, just finding things that allow you to just be comfortable, warm, and non-restricted. Another thing, eat when you can. I know this is a very tricky one because a lot of women suffer from nausea, morning sickness during their first trimester. I really didn't have nausea, just a little bit, but also I was recovering from whooping cough. So anyone that's had whooping cough or that knows whooping cough is that when you cough, it induces vomiting. So I'm not sure if it is just that and a little bit of first trimester morning sickness, but yeah, so by God's grace, I didn't have any. So then that allowed me to eat, eat better and not like really be fearful of eating in the fear of like nausea. I think what my challenge is I didn't really have much of an appetite, which is certainly not like me because I love me some food. But that was the challenge, not having much of an appetite. But when I was hungry, I was like dinosaur hungry. So do your best to eat as much as you can when you can. And what helps is eating like multiple small portions throughout the day. Trying to avoid fatty stuff, oily stuff, like toast, crackers, actual ginger drinks, not ginger flavored drinks, but like ginger drink, like ginger tea, ginger made, what's this thing? What do they call it? It's a type of a ginger beer, but not like Khemer or what's this thing? Stony, that's ginger flavored. But actual 100% ginger drinks were helpful for me and some other people. Some people say peppermint tea. My sister used peppermint tea and it worked for her. And I just love how peppermint tea tasted. So it was like a plus when I drank it. But I didn't really have morning sickness. So that's for the honeys and the cuties that have morning sickness. So that's one of the things that I could advise you on in terms of what you need in the first trimester. Now, another thing, which is the last thing I'm going to advise you on, is be easy on yourselves. Just be easy on yourselves and be patient with yourself. Give yourself space to feel what you're feeling. It doesn't have to make sense because trust me, it's not going to make sense. But that doesn't mean you are not going to feel it. 1, 2, doesn't mean you shouldn't feel it. It doesn't mean you should fight it. So give yourself space and room to feel and go through the feelings and the emotions and everything that comes with that. And that's the only way you'll get through it to get to the other side. Because the first trimester for most women is the most challenging one. But know that it ends. It does end. And you go into the second trimester, which is easier also for most women. So just be kind to yourself, accept help and support when you get it and when you can get it. That's, I think, some of the most important advice that will allow you to be able to do all the other things that I mentioned prior to this point. So be open to your support system if you have one. I hope and pray that you do have one. And be kind and gentle with yourself. Those are my pregnancy must-haves and the advice that I wish I had for your first trimester of pregnancy. Hope this video was very helpful. I hope that it opened your eyes to certain things that you perhaps didn't know about. And if you knew most of the things and even more, I hope I just double-clicked on what you already knew. And if I'm missing out on something, please do let me know in the comment section what else other women can look out for in terms of what are the must-haves for your first trimester of pregnancy. And also just advice, because this is a safe space. We're trying to create a safe space for different opinions, helpful, kind, and informative, and not so ignorant. and mean opinions. So whatever it is that you can share that can help the next pregnant woman, or just anybody, yes, trying to support or be there for someone that they know is pregnant, please put it in the comment section and let's share knowledge. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. My name is Lindelani Maluleke, and thank you for tuning in to the Office with Linda. Love and light. Bye, Cuties.